Warner Brothers has been the center of attention, and not for good reasons. AH and JD's trial just started. Ezra Miller was arrested, and all of their upcoming DCEU movies have been pushed back. But now things are getting even worse for them because not only do critics hate Secrets of Dumbledore, but now they're being blasted for censoring the movie. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So starting with this New York Post article, it says Warner Bros. Bows to China's demand to censor gay Harry Potter plotline. It says Warner Bros. Says it has removed references to a gay relationship between two protagonists in the upcoming China release of a Harry Potter prequel. The Hollywood studio confirmed that it has expunged details of the romance between Jude Law's character Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald, played by Mads Mikkelsen in Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore. The edit, which was first reported by The Hollywood Reporter, takes out a few seconds of the film in which Dumbledore utters the lines, "I was in love with you," and "the summer Gellert and I fell in love," and the film's total runtime is 143 minutes. As a studio, we're committed to safeguarding the integrity of every film we release, and that extends to circumstances that necessitate making nuanced cuts in order to respond sensitively to a variety of in-market factors. Our hope is to release our features worldwide as released by their creators, but historically, we have faced small edits made in local markets. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is all, of course, just PR talk. They're hoping that people are just gonna overlook it. They're not really gonna care. They're gonna forget about it in a couple of days when the movie fully releases. They're just hoping that everyone's gonna shut up, consume product, and it will be forgotten about. And I don't think that that's going to happen. Dune 2021 was done by Warner Brothers, the same company who did Fantastic Beasts. Dune had a movie poster change that I had previously talked about, where they de-emphasized the diversity in the film, and with Fantastic Beasts, they've removed specific dialogue from the film for the same region because they're afraid of their films being banned in China and making less money, which obviously companies should want to make as much money as possible, but in one region they claim to care about diversity and inclusivity, yet they cave to demands of removal from specific people in specific regions. If it was really about human rights and they actually really cared about these issues, even if it goes against the cultural norms of an area, they'd stick by their convictions and leave the dialogue and characters alone. The spokesperson added, in the case of Fantastic Beasts, a 6-second cut was requested and Warner Brothers accepted those changes to comply with local requirements, but the spirit of the film remains intact. It says Warner Brothers is raking in the cash at the box office in China. The film was the most watched in the country during opening weekend, pulling in 9.7 million, a figure that would have been larger notwithstanding COVID-induced lockdowns. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, first revealed that the two characters were gay during a 2007 fan event promoting the book Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. It says this is the first time that the relationship has been explicitly referred to in a film. Fantastic Beasts: Secret of Dumbledore is scheduled to open in the US this week, and like I've mentioned many times now, I don't plan to see this movie. I personally am not going to be supporting it. Of course, companies don't actually care about things like diversity and inclusivity, but they care to, so hopefully they can sell more movie tickets to people who actually believe the BS that they're spewing. And right now, this movie isn't even doing that well for them. If we go on over to Rotten Tomatoes, while the audience score has not been calculated, the critic score has, and it's at a 58%. And I don't trust critics a lot of the time, but they're saying this movie is bad, and I know a lot of people are boycotting this film because, of course, they removed Johnny Depp and they replaced him I know a lot of people do not want to see it simply because of it being a Warner Brothers film. Ezra Miller is also in this movie. I think it's just going to face a lot of boycotts. I think that people are really going to nitpick it. I think that a lot of people are just going to look at every small detail and rip this movie to shreds. Now, I'm not going to read any spoiler-filled reviews, but I wanted to read just a few of the critic reviews here because, as you can see, a lot of them are negative C's, 1 out of 4s, 2 out of 5s. This film is just not doing that great right now. Fewer beasts, more Nazi metaphor, less charm, the wizarding well is running dry. Redmayne must be desperate for a way out of this endless East Eaters for Wizards obligation. Playing one note has to be as tiring as watching it. The actors are fine, but they can only play the scenes, they can't craft the story. Why do we have to endure 2 more of these movies? David Yates needs to be freed from the shackles of the wizarding world. Overall, this movie feels like just another rather unmagical installment in the Harry Potter franchise. And with the first Fantastic Beasts movie, it seemed different enough from the main Harry Potter films. It did seem like, wow, it's still this wizarding world, but it's very different with these different characters, and it seemed new and fresh and fun and exciting, and as the films have gone on, it's just gotten more bland, more dull. It's fell into a routine. It just doesn't feel as original anymore, which is a giant problem. I know I personally was not going to go and see this movie because, of course, they fired Johnny Depp and they recast him, and I like Mads Mikkelsen, do not get me wrong. I think that he's a pretty great actor, but unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that they replaced Johnny Depp, and I don't want to support this film now because of that. A lumbering, unwieldy creature compared to the first film, fewer fantastic beasts, more stuffy political plotting, and electoral malpractice. That was something that I really liked about the first movie. It had fantastic beasts, it had the magic, it had the excitement, and I understand that as the movies have gone on, they've gotten a bit darker, but at the same time, you have to have that magic or else there's absolutely no point to be creating these films. I didn't actively hate Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore like I did the last one, or maybe it was simply because the bar had been set so low by the crimes of Grindelwald that there's no way to go but up. Running at nearly 2.5 hours, this beast is anything but fantastic. The immersive special effects can't save this 2-hour and 20-minute long slog with its nonsensical story. As you can see, there are a lot of negative reviews here, and there are some more positive ones like 6 out of 10s, 5 out of 10s, 3 out of 5s, but those are still not perfect scores. People are saying ultimately this Fantastic Beasts has some moments of charm and energy, but falls prey to the same problem the 2 previous movies did, a story that's both too complicated and unintriguing, in short, not well told. I definitely think that Warner Brothers is going to face a lot of backlash over this situation. I know a lot of people are tweeting about it, a lot of people are already discussing it, and we'll have to see if people decide to skip this movie because of this news and all of the drama surrounding this film. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.